Yo, so go on, people that don't know what's shocking man. Today we are take a look at this. This is a 2014 Nissan Lafesta selling for 275,000. We are take a look into straight up off of the but we can tell to the front of the vehicle you're looking relatively okay. We can see nothing unusual underneath the vehicle. We can say yes, it look like it's been parked here for a while. The bumper has a clip pull out right there. The side of the vehicle, as we can see, is clearly a taxi right there. We can see also it's missing the cover for the rear view mirror right there. The interior of the vehicle are looking relatively okay, but we can't get to go inside because the battery for the vehicle is dead and the remote is not opening the door. You see me, so the side of the vehicle looking relatively okay, but the wheel look a little bit camber to me. I don't know if it's just me or all the angles that we are looking at it. The back of the vehicle looking relatively okay, no signs of damages there. You see me, but again the vehicle just look like it has been parked here for a while. You see me, so the side here looking relatively okay, but we can see some damages right there, right over the wheel arch right there. Also we can see say yo, the wheel the rotor for the wheel look like them has been parked, so you know say it have surface rust all over it. It's missing a door angle right there, you see me, and again other than that we can see the front here of the vehicle, again the front rotor look like it has been parked for a while. Probably give problem to try and move, but we don't know yet. We could try see if we can get inside it. So the person said it had a mechanical problem, but them never know what it is, so them just carry it on them yard and then parked it ever since. It seems so Jovy's over there and my traffic get the bonnet open so we can see what's going on in the engine to know what is going on, because he himself doesn't know what's going on. He said he drove it there and just parked it there and left it. So we are going to see what I'm going to me show if we get the bonnet open. So we just got the bonnet to open and we are take a look on the engine there. So overall we can see what's going on and we can take this off, and yes, so this is the engine bay. Hold on, wait a minute, look at this. So we can see this is a sign of rat in the man. So rat maybe has gone in there in the man, and look at the wires them right there. Everything's looking very dusty, so there's a very strong chance that rat has made its way in there or made a nest in there just by all the cover of that look. Also we can see the engine bay looking relatively okay, but it's very dusty. Look at all the cloth and the thing tear up there. More than likely his rat did that. We can't be sure 100% certain, but it does look like a rat did that. You see me? So again the engine bay look relatively okay. Still not seeing signs that it wouldn't start. It looked extremely dusty. I don't know what's going on there, but we're gonna try to start it and see what's going on. But let's check the oil and the fluid them first. So let's check the oil and see what's going on there. Let's pull it out and let's see what the dipstick is saying. Okay, so that looks really dry. Let's dip it again. Let's just get a better read. Let's see if we can get a better read. Let's kind of move that out of the way and let's get that better read, because it looks like that show that it have none in there. So let's see. So I hope you can see that it's showing low. So that bottom hole on the dipstick, that means that the oil is low in the vehicle. The oil is at that level, but it should be okay, you know, it should be okay enough to be able to start. So let's check like the coolant level now and let's see what's going on in there. So the coolant battery reservoir is right here and it is also empty, so this is not looking pretty good. This is not looking good at all, but we'll see what's going on now, man. So we'll just try to start it right about now when Javi put in the battery and we're going to see what's going to happen. So did you hear that? The vehicle actually sounds pretty good. It actually sounds pretty healthy. This is sounding like a pretty healthy engine. Like, this is surprising. I thought I would hear one bag of knocking and one bag of sound, but it sounds pretty okay. The coolant, at least coolant is in there, or water, it looks like coolant though. And the temperature on it is slowly rising, so I'm assuming it doesn't have a thermostat in there, but there's no pressure building, so that would kind of rule out a head gasket right there. There is a little bit of smoke around there, but it is not much, so I assume that some of the valve cover gasket is not holding as good and it's kind of allowing a little bit of oil to drip on the exhaust manifold. But let's check out the interior, the inside of the vehicle, and see what's going on there. So on the interior right here we can see a one bag of lights on the dashboard, but it is working. The power steering feels relatively okay, and yeah man, I'm pretty surprised. This is kind of intriguing. So what should we do now? So maybe let's see what should we do now. What should test? So should test the transmission. So let's see. Again, sounds pretty good, right?
Small clap. Small clap.
Just I put in that shift the gear then to see what happen. Just shift it in the gear. So what we're gonna do, let's try the AC, and it looks like the AC is not working. So the power steering just cut out. Job just said he's gonna switch the battery, so more than likely that is the cause. I think this is electric power steering. No, I think it's actually hydraulic power steering, so I don't know why the power steering would go out, but the power steering just went out. May I give them a chance to move from in front of the vehicle, because we're gonna try to move it. We can see some slime all over the steering wheel right here, and it does look like it is still wet, and unbelievable that it's still wet, because this vehicle has been parked here for so long. So how can that still be wet? So yes, but a lot of warning lights on the dash right there. Job us a switch back the battery, kind want the other battery get a little bit of charge. So yes man, the back seat here does look relatively okay, you see me? And yeah, them little light they hurt, but really me just want to move from in front of the vehicle so we can actually try to move if you see what's the condition of the transmission, you see me? Because surprisingly this engine is actually sounding really healthy. So yes man, I test this look like the traction, this look like whatever, none of these aren't working. I don't know, maybe it's because of the battery, because we just lose power steering as you can see there. Yeah, so we want to see what's going to happen. So I don't know if you can see what's going on now, man. I've been going into drive and reverse, and in our drive, like now, I press gas and it's barely moving, but in reverse it moves really smooth, really good, like it actually comes back on it one up. But anytime I put it in drive, I have to press it hard for it move barely. Look, we're in drive now, I have to press it very high RPM to just for it move a little inches. So I assume the whole problem with this vehicle is transmission. Look how freely it is moving backwards, but it's not doing that as good when we were going forward. So again, this is a transmission issue, and we probably could buy this vehicle and not repair, just replace this transmission here, but I don't know if it is worth it. That's a transmission issue, though, Joe. Kind of reverse, it moves fine. The key now, you have a key though? Yeah, you have the key. Yeah, just one. Okay. So the transmission issue that side. In a reverse, you feel it alright. When you let off a gas, it pull back alright. But in something you feel like it's then a mount. Check it out and see. You said this drove come here? Yeah, man. Forward? It drove forward come here, alright?
But I guess the same thing with feel, because we never did have the car. So.
Oh, you have a driver, and the driver probably never that take care.
So, that's why we don't really know, because we never really care about the mechanic after we get this. But when we drive it, you say never.
So what do you work?
Yeah, it should.
Oh yeah, fine.
So you drive come here?
Yeah.
So when you drive come here, you did drive forward, alright?
Yeah man, but as we say, the power.
Okay, then that means that from them time, the transmission was the issue.
If a transmission.
Okay. Yeah. Every time it's like it's slammed. Them they won't even think twice about that. So what do you think about the car?
Well, it's for the negotiation. I work out for you. Because it's not like you want to go lower than the price we have. And him himself can't make a price. Because he knows that he carried in a very terrible condition. You see me? Transmission. I first never see so much code come up on a vehicle. You see me?
thing at the end of the day, you know, you see the wear upon the vehicle, overall wear, because you just run a taxi, you have low angle, you see your interior trim feet, you have the blatter, underneath the car right now, you see the bulb for the car, you see me? It have this wear, you see me, I did. So, even when I get the transmission, you still have a good little amount of work to kind of get it to a suitable standard.
Yeah.
You see me?
And the one fix.
Than the one fix. Like mostly, like what we try to do, we try to focus on one thing and we have to do something like if we have an engine problem, at least we know. So when we done that engine problem, everything else should be okay, at least most things okay. A lot of little things there where we still would have to address. You see me? I did. And then we leave a contemplate how much a body man, because we have to spare and do little work, but it can't look so. You can't buy a vehicle.
So add a body man to the equation.
You see me?
The price can come out a year, and the price for the vehicle can come out a year, and because when you can say, alright, we can fix this yourself.
Yes.
With the body man, you can't do it yourself.
Yeah, there's no
so it's out of your control. How high the price can get.
You see me? So we don't know much body man, we can't take our lower or higher the body man price, because again it is a must and we cannot go around that, because we cannot do it ourselves. Most things mechanical wise we can do it ourselves, but we cannot do that ourselves. So we at the mercy of the body man experience to that. And again, we will find the transmission and we still have some holy finicky things we want to fix. You see me? So I don't know if it is even worth if we're doing it. You see me? We have one thing, but if you know what, comment in the comment section and tell me if you know what, see we get it though. You see me? You know, work with whatever on the still. You see me? But we just have to move on to the next one.